Hello everybody and welcome to my kitchen, Linda Scheck-Snyder's kitchen. I'm here to show you some great recipes and I hope that you'll enjoy them. I'm either going to research out there in the world and find the best recipe, or I'm going to create one for you and I'm going to share it right here on my channel. So please hit the subscribe button below and that little bell right there until it says all notifications. If you want to get more videos, it's got to say all notifications. So let's get started. This chicken breast is so delicious. I seasoned it with the all-seasoning garlic salt, added some pepper and some Cajun seasoning and a little bit of olive oil. I added my side of rice and asparagus to enjoy my meal. Let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to brine our chicken, tenderize it, and we're going to leave it in the refrigerator for 2 days before we cook it. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So I picked up my chicken at my local store. Got it for about $9.23. These are chicken breasts, and I picked it up at the local market in my area. I'm going to rinse this off first. I like to rinse my chicken off, so I'm going to rinse that off and then I'll be right back. So now that I rinsed off my chicken and it's ready to go, we're going to get started. So let's put this aside. Okay, so what you're going to be needing today is you're going to be needing 2 tablespoons of salt, a 1/4 cup of sweetener, your preferred sweetener. I'm using Truvia, or your substitute sugar would be your regular sugar, and that would be a 1/2 cup. If you're going to stay with a regular sugar, not both, but you'll use regular sugar cane or your regular sweetener. I use Truvia, and this is a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup. Next, you're going to use 4 cups of warm water. You'll need a mixing tool. So I'm using a whisk. You're going to need some olive oil, about a tablespoon. You're going to need your salt. I'm using sea salt, 2 tablespoons. And this is my Truvia that I'm using. You'll also need a large Ziploc bag, very large Ziploc bag. This is where you're going to store your chicken, in here. Okay? You'll also need 1 large bowl. And that's about it. And here I have microwaved a warm 4 cups of water. And it's kind of a little warmer than I want it to be, so we're going to continue, but I'm going to let it cool for a little bit. You want it to be room temperature. This is kind of scalding hot. But the reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to add sugar. I'm using Truvia. You could add whatever sugar you want, your preferred sugar, but I'm going to stick with my Truvia. So I'm going to use about 1/4 cup. This is usually much richer than regular sugar, so I'm going to use less. But if you're using regular sugar, I would suggest that you use maybe a 1/2 cup or so. but the half a cup versus the quarter of a cup. That's for regular sugar. This is for substitute sugar. You could even use less than this if you prefer less. But this is just going to tenderize my chicken. So I'm going to add it to my water. I'm going to take some sea salt, and you can use whatever salt you like to use. I'm using sea salt, and I'm going to use a couple tablespoons of this and add it to my water. Two. Then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm going to pour that right in there. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little stir. I'm going to set this aside for about a few minutes, maybe about 5 minutes, since mine is a bit too hot. I don't want to cook my chicken. So I'm going to put this aside and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take our bowl and our large Ziploc bag. We're going to take our clean chicken, set it in there. I have 4 slices of chicken. I have 4 large chicken breasts that I'm placing in here. And this is pretty much how you do it. And then, now that your water is cooled down into medium, luke medium, I'm going to give it another stir. Another stir here before I pour it into my chicken. Then I'm going to pour the water, the sugar water, into my bag. Then I'm going to seal it. I'm not going to put it into the fridge right now because it's still a little warm. So I'm going to wait a while, and then once it's cooled down, I'm going to place it into the refrigerator. So now that my chicken has cooled down and it's the right temperature, I'm going to seal it back and place it into the fridge. Make sure that you seal this tight, because if you don't, you will have a mess in your hand in your refrigerator. That water is going to get everywhere and it's going to contaminate all of your food. So please make sure you seal your Ziploc. That's why we keep it in this container, to keep it more sturdy inside this container so it doesn't spill. So this is where we want to stick it. Okay, so let's go put it in the refrigerator. Okay, let's see where we can put this chicken. Looks like there's some space. As you can see right here. So I think I'm going to set it here. This will be a good spot for it. It's out of the way. So let me go ahead and grab that chicken. Make sure that you tuck these guys in so they're not out of the bowl. We don't want any water seeping out into your food or all over your fridge, and it's a mess to clean up. So once it's in there, you're set to go for 2 days. Now, what's great about this marinating the chicken this way is that when you go grill your chicken on the stove, you're going to get a nice juicy chicken. It's going to be so full of flavor when you then marinate it with whatever seasoning you want. But be careful that you don't over-season the salt. Since we're already marinating with salt, that you don't overdo it. So it can end up being too salty of a chicken. So anyways, let's take it to the next step and close the refrigerator. Okay, so we'll see you in a couple days. Meanwhile, my chicken is marinating for the next 2 days. I'm going to enjoy me a nice cup of hot Tazo tea. So delicious. This is the orange cinnamon tea. It is just so wonderful. Wow. Just delicious and amazing flavor. Okay, we'll see you all in a couple days, and have a great day. And please don't forget to subscribe to that little button below and the little bell. Click on the bell and click on it until you see where it says all notifications. Thank you so much, and have a 6 hours a day, 2 days. It's up to you. Don't forget to get your list ready for the grocery store so you can pick up all your ingredients.